More on COVID and our kids right now. New data shows a concerning trend.
Students now have the highest rate of COVID transmission of any other age group in Colorado. State Department of Health released those numbers today. The right side of this graph shows the last 7 days. 6 to 11-year-olds, the group too young to be vaccinated, account for the most cases. Then the cases bump up to teenagers. The right side of the graph shows January's numbers when more cases were found in adults.
Children, so children 6 to 11 years old and 12 to 17-year-olds are really where we're seeing the highest rates of disease transmission in the state. And again, this is really the first time in the pandemic that we're really seeing this high rate in our younger children.
Health risk and changing rules are contributing to another problem, falling enrollment.
The state's biggest districts, Denver and Jefferson County, are teaching fewer students this year. Smaller districts are also seeing a drop. Adams 14 finished last school year with more than 6,000 students. In July, enrollment was about 3,500. Now that number is increasing now thanks to a big push to get kids back into classrooms. Karen Morford on that story in Adams County. Karen, for the students leaving, where are they going?
Well, Jim, that's the question. We know Adams 14 has had some issues in the past, so some students are likely going to private schools or other schools or maybe doing more homeschooling. But the district says there are a number of students they just can't seem to find, and now they're hitting the pavement trying to track them down and get them back into school. As students return to the classroom, school districts are doing what they can to ease COVID concerns.
Everybody's still pretty focused on their families' health.
And avoid as many empty seats as possible.
Most recently, last year is when the most severe drops started to occur.
Mario Marquez is the chief business officer in Adams 14. Last year's enrollment numbers were just over 6,000 students, a number that would drop even more going into this year.
Since the 26th of July, our numbers were in the mid-3,500s.
They launched a variety of efforts to track down those students who hadn't enrolled.
Divided up the roster into areas of the city and then went out and physically knocked on doors.
While some families lacked information about the return to school, they found others had been hit hard by COVID.
We suspect that some of the students actually had to go out and find work to support their families.
The district has opened a state-of-the-art school and purchased billboards advertising new curriculum. The idea is to attract more families to the district.
They got to try to do their best to motivate people to come back to school.
While enrollment numbers play a significant role in the amount of funding each school receives, Marquez says in Adams 14, it's about more than the money.
Many people in Adams 14 see this as their hometown. They have skin in the game.
Now, since their door-to-door efforts, Adams 14 officials tell me that numbers for enrollment have been increasing every week, and they do expect to be above last year's ending school year numbers here very soon. I did reach out to the state as well to see where Colorado is as a whole. They say because the October official count hasn't happened yet, there's no good indication of where we are as a state. For now, we're live in Adams County. Karen Morford covering Colorado First.